Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and today is day 374 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. If this is your first time checking out one of my broadcasts, a little bit about me. I'm 39 years old. I'm married. We have 4 children, and I have been overweight my whole life. As an adult, I've done a lot of different kind of yo-yo, yo-yoing with my weight. Um, and over the years, I found different ways to lose weight, but I've never found a way to kind of sustain that weight loss. So I created this challenge with two big goals in mind. One of them is that I knew I needed to commit to doing something for longer than I ever had before. A lot of times I would commit to a goal, or there would be an event coming up within the next year that I would want to lose weight for that event. And I would do great. I'd have a lot of motivation. Things would go really well. And I would get to the goal. I'd have the event. And then, you know, I'd start kind of letting things slide. And slowly the old habits would come back. And I ended up getting to the point where last year I was 520 pounds. So, like I said, I knew I needed to commit to doing something for a long enough period of time to not only lose the weight and to lose a good amount of weight, but to also maintain that weight loss or find out what I need to do to maintain loss. The other big part of the challenge is that I do have a lot of weight to lose. Like I said, I started out at 520 pounds. And if I lose 300 pounds, that gets me down into what's considered an overweight category for somebody my age, no longer um everything's been going good so far. I am just over a year into the challenge. I've lost 200 pounds. I started off by doing a extended water fast that I planned on doing for 30 days. I ended up pushing it to more than 40 days. I lost 90 pounds during that time. And while doing the fast, I was researching different meal or different diets and different kind of ways of eating. And I came across a whole food plant-based diet, and we switched to that. And since then, I've had great success. I've lost an additional 110 pounds. So if anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear those. Any questions, comments, anything like that, uh, please feel free to share them here. Also, make sure that if are not already subscribed to the channel, that you do get subscribed to the channel. Click on that bell icon, turn on notifications. You'll get alerted when I go live, which is generally around 4 p.m. on weekdays. We got a few people checking in. Anthony saying hello. Hi, Anthony. Carrie saying hi as well. I hope you guys are all having a great day today. It was not a super eventful one for me. Uh, since yesterday, we did, this daylight savings. I talked about it yesterday. It's such a pain. Right now, sunset's going to be 4:47. I think it's going to keep getting earlier and earlier till mid-December. So, um, by the time I get done doing this stream and I get in my car, I get halfway home and the sun's already set. And it makes for long evenings in the house, especially combined with the daylight savings that is happened this week as well. So, and that's all part of the reason why it is setting at 4:40 because of daylight saving. So, uh, we ended up actually, I ended up hanging out with the kids and watching the Black Widow movie in the evening yesterday, and so it was kind of nice to hang out and that. But we didn't do anything real activity wise. For dinner, we did have kind of an old classic. We had the eggplant parmesan. We don't eat it a lot, and I believe the main reason why we had that last night was because if we waited any longer, the eggplant that we had would not have been any good to eat. But it's a great meal. It's simple. It's, you know, I wouldn't say it's one of our favorite meals or anything that we have to have, but it is a nice change. Um, and it is we were talking about it afterwards. It might not be the most filling meal that we have, that we eat, and it's one of those that we probably would be better served to have like a bowl of soup and have that, or have it with something else, because it's not a meal that you're going to eat a lot of. The breadcrumbs is pretty dry on them as well. So um but that's what we had for dinner last night. And we also, just snacks, cashews. Carrie gave me back the um she let me have cashews last night. She let me know where she was hiding the bag of cashews because she needed to make more cheese sauce yesterday. Is why she needed that. And did have that. I feel like you made cheese sauce last night. Did we eat anything with the cheese sauce? I don't think we did. But Carrie says the marinara would have gone bad if we hadn't. So that's the downside of homemade marinara. It does go bad a little bit quicker than store bought marinara does, but it is good. So really, yeah, food wise, that was what we had was eggplant parmesan, dehydrated mango, um, and then so yeah, she made cheese sauce last night because we're having cheese sauce on the cheesy broccoli and rotel soup we're having tonight. So something new. Hopefully that is uh, a dinner that we enjoy. Carrie's having a lot of fun with this new blender she has, so she's trying a bunch of recipes that she didn't feel comfortable making with our old blender. Um, but yeah, so that was last night. Again, like I said, nothing too active or crazy. Um, and then today I have just had uh breakfast, our oatmeal, and oh, and we also had Carrie picked up an avocado, so we had the avocado toast with mango pico de gallo as well. Um, I don't know why my one screen looks like it's frozen here. I frozen for you guys. Oh, we did have banana ice cream last night. Yes. Carrie made banana ice cream for herself and the kids last night. Um, and I did eat a little bit of shared theirs with me, and it was good. I'm not sure what that, what exactly was in that other than bananas and probably peanut butter of some sort in there as well. But I think it was our peanut butter that we or our almond butter that we so so yeah, this morning back to the, just a regular diet. Uh I looking for some books to read or something to new to read. And I've really been trying to figure so yeah, just frozen bananas and our peanut butter. Okay, so yeah, nothing wrong with it. It was good too. It was something sweet to have it. Um but yeah, I'm trying to find another book, and I don't know if I want to get another book like the poll was like I'm leaning towards listening to the China study. It's one of the books I have not listened, but there's also a few other books that I um don't know if I want to read them or not. Like the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease, I believe, is the book that Esselstyn wrote, and then also there's a book. I believe there's a book by Dean Ornish. I feel like he has a book out that people have recommended that I was looking at those as well. But I kind of uh I don't know. I'm also kind of maybe seeing if I can find maybe a book about, somebody's experience as plant-based or something like The Rich Roll, Finding Ultra. I really liked his book, and that would there was something like that that would be. But I was just trying to. My nose is really itching. I, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I'm actually not minding listening to music. I've talked about that in the past. That it is nice to be able to just kind of listen to music and think about things instead of listening to the book to and from work. So I probably will do that for a little bit. Um, it says Anthony's asking if we've used tofu as a meat replacement in recipes, or have we found a good meat substitute? Um, we don't use tofu much. I know we don't use tofu much. We do have some ground, uh, trying to think of what the word is for beef crumble. I think that we've given the kids. As far as like the I talked about it a little bit, but like the Impossible chicken nuggets are really good, and there's a few other brands that aren't too bad as far as like chicken nuggets. Um, but yeah, for the most part, we use like a beef crumble that the kids seem to eat. And then some burgers too. I don't think it's the Beyond Burgers. I think there might be the Beyond Burgers. Um, that we've had luck with the kids that they've liked that, but we haven't really. Um, for our diet in particular, there's it's like our recipes. Nothing that we really eat is, you know, like trying to replace the taste specifically. Like eggplant parmesan's kind of a copy of a chicken parmesan, but we're not trying to make it like we're not pretending that it's chicken, or we're not trying to make that taste like chicken tasted. Um, Carrie says not really. She needs to try some more tofu recipes, but am intimidated. Yeah, Anthony, have you used any, or have you had any luck with any meat substitutes as well? I'd love to hear what you found. But we just don't like the things that replace meat for me is like in our mega veggie chili. We have oat, we put oat groats in it, or we put steel cut oats in it, and they have that texture that the oatmeal has, kind of gives the imitation of like ground beef that was in chili. But we don't really, like I said, we're not trying to uh replace meals really with with what we're eating right now. A lot of what we are eating is completely new recipe and new dish. Um, Anthony says if you could find a good meat replacement, you would easily switch over to full plant. Cheese and meat is the only roadblock that you have there. Yeah, the cheese is tough. I know with us for like our kids, it's hit or miss, whether or not some of the kids like some of the cheeses and some don't like other cheeses, or they may like it in one application, but they don't like it in another application. There might be some different cheeses Carrie can recommend as far as that goes. A lot of times our kids have like chicken patty, they're like a patty uh, they're soy patty, but they're called chicken patties. Um, and to me, a lot of times, and my son actually agrees that they actually generally smell more like fish sticks a lot of times, or they taste more like fish sticks in my opinion. But, Carrie says that we do use plant-based crumbles for the kids. They had tacos last night with them. They also enjoy the hot dogs, the lunch meats, etc. that we have tried. Yeah. Again, it's a lot of trial and error finding ones that they like, especially having four kids. It's kind of they could go any way with them. And so Carrie says that our kids like the Life cheddar shreds. Yeah, they're like in a black bag. Um, and they'll just eat those plain. Also the Chow original creamy, and the Follow Your Heart American slices. Yeah. those would be yeah, we do make a lot of grilled cheese and quesadillas. Um, and a lot of times we make sandwiches, well, like peanut butter sandwiches. If one of the kids doesn't like what we're having, um, and this has actually been our one of the struggles we were trying to figure out is to just get our kids to eat, and it's it's a battle because we didn't start them off eating this way. You know, if me and Carrie would have been eating these meals and this is what it would have been at our plate when they were toddlers and we'd have been feeding them, then they would have grown an appreciation for these foods, or they would, you know, they wouldn't turn them away so easily. Um, and so, you know, and it's a tough thing because we put that food in front of them, and if they don't eat it, then they're not eating, and we don't want that. So, uh, we have, you know, it's kind of a battle. We're slowly trying to win. We have some of our kids that they're really all of them are becoming more like, all right, well, if at least I try it, then they'll get off my back, and they're trying the things. But like picking up and preferring them, I don't know. We had something the other day that I think our oldest daughter liked a lot of. Um, Carrie says the cheeses are good enough to be the star of the show for our kids. Yeah. Yeah. Get by a lot with the vegan. Um and I like when I look at the spectrum of the things that we removed, the chicken, pork, beef, and uh fish, and then also the dairy products that we got rid of. By far the most difficult psychologically and over, you know, just to avoid in general has been dairy. And I really feel like if you can get rid of the dairy, that would make huge strides in overall health. Even if you're still eating, you know, actual meat, not processed meat, but uh like we're having fish occasionally, you can get the dairy out of your diet. I think that that is one of the best things that you possibly do yourself. It's a huge amount of calories right at the top of, you know, like just cutting that out eliminates a ton of calories from your diet. And um and then, you know, and really we talked about it a lot when we first started this. The meat when we decided to switch was not difficult to say, "Oh, it's not a big deal. I'm not having that steak." And I think some of that might have been because we're salt, oil, sugar free. So having a steak or having chicken without any salt, oil, or sugar, you know, like or you know, like the seasonings that have salt, oil, and sugar, then I got disconnected. I don't know if I'm back or not. All right. So I definitely lost where I was talking here, but Carrie says her mom makes a mean chili using plant-based crumbles. If you guys like chili, it's an easy way to sneak in the fake meat without really them noticing it. Uh, and then, yeah, I found a great oat-based milk as a good substitute for milk. Yeah, the right, and that's yeah, that's what we were talking about was with the dairy and just cutting those calories out and um never really kind of considered how processed cheese is. Uh, like how much milk has to be taken from a cow to make a block of cheese. And I still don't know, but I know that it's a lot more than I assumed it was. Um, kind of just thought, I don't know what I thought. I never really gave it any thought. Thought cheese was made from cows and um but the concentration of calories, the amount of gallons of cow's milk that's used to create a block of cheese far greater than I ever realized. And they carry a ton of calories, and there's a big push with the whole food plant based. Like, so getting rid of the dairy is big. And then the other thing is getting rid of the oils because they're the other highest concentration, low volume um, foods and diets. So that would the things to try to get rid of is getting rid of dairy out of the diet and getting rid of oils out of the diet as much as you can. Um, Carrie says that our kids were totally unfazed by plant-based milk and cereals. And they also love chocolate milk. Yeah, and I don't mind having plant-based milk and cereal. I eat shredded wheat with raisins and the soy milk. It's unsweetened soy milk, and I really enjoy it. It's uh it is different, the milk has got a different thickness to it, but I enjoy it and I drink the milk out of the bottom of the bowl just like I would uh the old kind of milk that we used to have. And um yeah, and really, yeah, it's what my mind flip on nut milks has been crazy to me as well. It's one of those that not just like the foods I talk about that I never would have eaten, like cucumbers. I didn't like cucumbers. I don't really didn't really like rice. Trying to think, there's a few other ones, but uh, the soy milks, nut milks, never would have been a consideration uh, for for me. Um, and now when I think about the difference between like the nut milk just being pressed or taken from plants, taken from, and the source of cow's milk and the way that they kind of there's a lot goes on when they milk cows that I didn't really take into consideration before. And the product in the end, it has a very short shelf life once we get it to us. It's like, and when it goes bad, it goes really bad. Don't want it in the same building as you, hurtling going back. So um so yeah, anything you can do to work on that. Let's see, holidays to Sri Lanka. Hi, I'm from Sri Lanka. Well, welcome to the stream. I hope everything is going great for you there. I can't imagine. I don't even know. Um, I honestly wouldn't really even know where you're at on the map. It said, look at this on a map and point to it. Let me see. Down by, I guess I would. So, yeah, I hope everything's going great out there. So yeah, I think that kind of, and that's again, we last night that was one of the conversations we had though, is what can we do to kind of get our kids get more on board, make things easier for us when we're making food. We don't have multiple different things going on and food getting done at different times. That's something that I think that in Carrie, I think as well, like uh we haven't sat at the table and had dinner, like proper dinner, very well in the last couple months. It seems like it's been very sporadic. We are getting a new kitchen table tomorrow morning, so that should help solve some of those problems. Our kitchen table is just not big enough for all six of us, so we're getting a new kitchen table, or new to us kitchen table, that that should fit everybody a little bit better. Carrie says that she does spend a lot of time in the kitchen, yeah, in the afternoons, in the mornings, and then when I come home, she's already spent hours in the kitchen when I get home, just getting everything ready. And there is a lot more prep with this diet. There's a lot less food that is ready to go. Like you can't just grab a can of it, just go grab a box and put it up in the microwave. A little bit more prep time, cutting up vegetables, um, taking everything and getting it cooked, prepped, and all that. So, um, I'm gonna try. Today's Tuesday. I will be back on live tomorrow. I'm not going to be weighing in. It does look like I looked at the calendar and December 1st is a Wednesday. So I will weigh in on December 1st. That'll be kind of my 1 month weigh in. But I'll be live tomorrow. I think I'll be live on Thursday too. I didn't even realize that Thursday was a holiday till today. It actually screwed things up for me. The first indication I got, my garbage called and said that your garbage would be picked up on time. And I was like, well, why wouldn't it be picked up on time? And then we have a holiday in the middle of the week on Thursday, but I should be live on Thursday as well. I hope everything on the stream was going okay today. It seemed to get a lot of errors uh on one of my screens here, and it froze up or disconnected for a second as well. So, again, like I said earlier, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do get subscribed to the channel. Click on the bell icon so you get notified when I go live. And if you want to join our Discord, we've had a couple people join the Discord recently and share kind of their introductions, kind of letting us know what's going on with them. And I really appreciate that. It's awesome. It's nice to know a little bit more about you guys as well, and how things are going. Uh, how things are going. Um, so yeah, down in the description, there's a link to the Discord. We also have a link to a Pinterest board that has a lot of the recipes that we have been enjoying. So if you're looking for some ideas for something to try those out on that Pinterest board. And if you haven't started a diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up more important than getting your health back in control, or taking control of your health. And nobody gets to the end and says, I wish I would have waited. Everybody gets to the end and says, why didn't I start sooner? You know, so tough though. I know it's tough to get going. It's tough to get up and do it, but you got to do one thing. Just start it. And if you can go all in, then do it. If you got to take steps, take the small steps, but just start doing it. Get it done. I appreciate all you guys. You have a great afternoon.